There we go. Okay, so we have something coming to us from The Hollywood Reporter, written by Boris Kitt, and the headline reads Osgood Perkins, Nicolas Cage team with Paramount for new Longlegs movie exclusive. Get ready for the Longlegs horror universe. I don't know why in this picture Nicolas Cage looks surprised. Like, who's taking this picture? Oh, you're gonna take it now? He looks very surprised. And Osgood Perkins looks over it a little bit. I don't know. I could be misreading both of their expressions, but that's what I'm seeing. Okay, Osgood Perkins is working on a new Longlegs feature, a follow to the filmmaker's mystery horror thriller that became highest grossing independent film of the past decade. I should say that became the highest grossing independent film of the past decade. And in a twist of the Longlegs playbook, rather than original distributor Neon being involved, this one has Skydance owned Paramount Pictures as the project's new home. Paramount has picked up the rights to the new mystery Longlegs project, which Perkins has written and will direct as well as produce. Nicolas Cage is returning as star and producer. My thing with the first Longlegs, if you hadn't seen, I believe I talked about it on a stream before, but the first, I would say, third of the movie is really great. I mean, the atmosphere, the suspense, the sense of dread, the foreboding dread that was building so good in that first quarter or up to 30 minutes of Longlegs. And then all of that tension was completely dissipated when they introduced Nicolas Cage's character, who was laughable and not creepy at all, just laughable. And then the movie kind of went downhill from there. But that's been my experience with Osgood Perkins movies, in my opinion, anyways. They start off really strong and then they just, I don't know, they don't stick the landing. But that's just my opinion. Your mileage may vary. Okay, anything else about this? Also producing are Brian Kavanaugh Jones of Range Media, Chris Ferguson, Perkins' partner at their company Phobos, and Dave Kaplan of C2, which financed the initial movie. Paramount and Perkins are keeping details in the basement, but sources stress that this new Longlegs is not a sequel, but something set in the Longlegs universe. I see what they're doing. They're trying to do like how Weapons is set in the same universe as Barbarian, that type of thing. Longlegs was an out of nowhere hit when released by Neon in 2024, launching Perkins as a name horror filmmaker and establishing the star bona fides of Micah Monroe. The actress starred as an FBI agent with an aptitude for clairvoyance who investigates a series of murder suicides in Oregon that are connected to serial killer nicknamed Longlegs. To the serial killer. Yeah, why are there so many typos in this? Was this written by no, AI would probably have less typos. Maybe this writer was just extremely overworked and underpaid. That's what I'm going with, because a lot of times the writing staff is like really, really short staff. So this person is probably overworked and underpaid. So I'm not trying to diss them or anything. I just want to make that clear. Cage played Longlegs in a gonzo performance, which I would agree with. Longlegs earned 128 million worldwide on a budget of less than 10 million, becoming Neon's highest-grossing domestic outing. The movie swirled several potent ingredients in its cauldron, among them the occult, mind manipulation, satanic worship, creepy dolls, and a crime procedural, making the story's world fertile with more exploration. Okay, I can see how they can turn this into a universe because of the investigation aspect. They can just start with a whole new investigation. Okay, and there's Nicolas Cage screaming in the car with a lot of facial prosthetics. Sources say that Neon stepped aside when the new project's scope and budget exceeded that of the company's normal parameters. New Paramount Studios leadership under Josh Greenstein and Dana Goldberg has been putting a strong focus horror on its slate building. It has two on-the-lot production entities that focus on horror, a label run by J.D. Lifshitz and Rafael Margules, who worked on Barbarian, and Walter Hamada's 18 Hertz Productions, with the latter behind the upcoming Passenger, set for a May 22 release. Speaking of the last name Lifshitz, that's Ralph Lauren's actual real last name. The fashion designer Ralph Lauren is really named Ralph Lifshitz, and I can see why he went with Lauren. It's a little bit has a little bit a different ring to it. Um, Let's see here. There is also a first look deal with Parker Finn, the filmmaker behind the Smile movies. And it is also relaunching the Paranormal Activity franchise with horror mavens James Wan and Jason Blum producing, all the while basking in the glow of the record breaking success of Scream 7, which scared up 211.9 million when it was released earlier this year. Are you guys looking forward to a new paranormal activity series? I could see where they could relaunch that. I would do it in something out of the ordinary, like a college dormitory. I could see something like that, or an apartment building. Yeah, do something like that. Let me see what you guys are saying. CJ says it does connect. Okay, regarding the Mummy and Evil Dead Rise. Creepy Color says I wanted to like Longlegs so bad. And he continues, the face smashing scene was cool. Yes, that was cool. I have to admit that. All right, is that the end of this one? No, there's a little bit more actually. Perkins went to direct horror movies The Monkey and Keeper and has wrapped production on his latest scary movie, The Young People, which stars Nicole Kidman, Lola Tung, and Nico Parker. Cage's next big outing is starring in Amazon Prime's Video's Spider-Man series, Spider Noir, which debuts in May. I think that's funny because at one point Nicolas Cage was going to play Superman. So seeing him in a Spider-Man series is interesting. Which debuts in May. Later this year, he portrays football great John Madden in the David O. Russell's Madden. He looks nothing like John Madden, so I wonder how they're going to make this work. Perkins is repped by CAA, Untitled, and Lichter Grossman, while Cage is repped by WME, Stride Management, and Goldman Genau, or Genow. I apologize for not knowing the pronunciation of that. All right, what is next? Here we go. We have some news from Fangoria, written by Amber T, and some of you guys will be excited about this. I'm excited about it. New Chucky movie confirmed, and it's going to be in theaters this time. Well, it says it's going to go to theaters this time, but my mind just autocorrects stuff in my head of how I want it to sound. I don't know what that's called. It's probably a psychiatric issue I have, but I do it. So if you see me reading something and the words are changing, it's I don't know why. I don't know why. It's just a thing. I just do it. I don't know why. Franchise architect Don Mancini will return to write and direct. Chucky's hair is so chopped right here. Like, his hair is usually so much like it's an even bob, but this bob is so messy. I don't know why. Sci-fi might have foolishly canceled the Chucky series, but you can't keep a good guy down. You see what they did there with the good guy, because it says good guy on his overalls. The killer doll will officially be returning in a brand new movie, with today bringing a very exciting update. Bloody Disgusting has exclusively reported that not only will Child's Play franchise architect Don Mancini be writing Chucky's return, he'll also be in the director's chair. As if that news wasn't exciting enough, Bloody also confirmed that Mancini's new Chucky film will be playing in theaters, a first in 22 years, as Bloody reminds us that both Curse of Chucky and Cult of Chucky were direct-to-video. Mancini's goal with what will be the 9th Chucky movie, including the Child's Play reboot from 2019, is to make Chucky scary again. Hasn't that been the theme for this year, of all of the sequels and reboots, to make something scary again? I love it. Oh, know what? That's a good shout out to Tony Man. He gave me some audio files, and I can try one of them. I like it. You guys hear that? Yeah. Chaz Flix is in the house. He says, I'm over Chucky since Child's Play 3. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. because I kind of like some of the newer stuff. I like the first season of Chucky. I thought that was pretty good. I saw half of the second season, so I can't really speak on it because I didn't complete it, and I haven't seen season 3 of Chucky, but I did see some scenes from it, and the gore is really pumped up, so I really appreciate that. And I love their commitment to of the original Chucky series, the keeping it animatronic. That's the one thing that probably was a negative for the 2019 reboot was the use of CGI. Chucky is an animatronic and he needs to stay an animatronic. That is the charm of him. All right, now where was I? Mancini's goal with what will be the 9th Chucky movie, including the Child's Play reboot from 2019, is to make Chucky scary again, with Bloody noting he wants to recapture a similar tone to Curse of Chucky specifically again, as well as the 2 original Child's Play movies. All right, no news yet on who will star, but we can't imagine any Chucky going ahead without Mr. Charles Lee Ray himself, Brad Dourif. The legendary actor has officially retired from acting, but with one key exception, he'd be back for a Chucky in a heartbeat. Look out for more on the new Chucky movies as we get it. And again, that's from Fangoria. Shout out to Fangoria, which it's funny, I've been reading Fangoria since I was in 7th grade. I used to have the physical magazines. I bring them to school with me and look at them at lunchtime and during homeroom and creep out other kids because they're like, oh, gross. What are you looking at that for? Why aren't you looking at Teen Beat? Like, because this is cooler to me. Don't you see Freddy Krueger's on the cover? But let me go on to our next story. If I entertained you, made you smile, or helped you pass the time, please consider supporting this channel so that I can do that more. Horror channels often get suppressed and demonetized, but you can help in 3 ways: by pledging a monthly contribution on Patreon, sending a one-time tip using your preferred financial app, or you could help for free by liking and commenting for the algorithm, and most importantly, sharing this video on your social media. Thank you so much.